the Godox KNOWLED F600Bi, a 4x4 600 watt flexi light panel. What's good about it, what's annoying about it, and how's it used in the field? Welcome to Road Test. Hello friends and family, and welcome to Road Test, the video series where we talk about everything lighting in the film biz. New or old, if you're looking to rent or buy, we're going to show you how these things hold up in the real world. And today, we're talking about the Godox KNOWLED F600Bi. This is a 4x4 flexible panel light with 600 watts of juice behind it. Color temperature ranges from 2700 Kelvin to 8500 Kelvin with a TLCI score of 96. So pretty good color coming out of this. TRMX is available with an extra Timo Link RX receiver that you can get, but we haven't tested this because the app has worked for everything that we've done with it thus far. It spits out around 3200 lux at 3 meters when the light is at 5600 Kelvin and around 2800 lux at 3200 Kelvin. So a small bit of variation there, but I doubt that you're going to be using this light on 100% all of the time. Next up is usability. How usable is the F600Bi? It's pretty usable. The setup is pretty cool. You get a metal frame which you've got to put together, and then the light goes onto said frame with these little bongo tie thingies. They can be a bit of a pain if you're on your own, but if you have a friend, which unfortunately I don't, then it can be a lot easier to set up. Then you've got a skirt, then you've got some diff, and then you've got a neck crate, all of which go on by Velcro. There is an awful lot of Velcro in this case, which can sometimes get stuck together, which is a bit of a pain, but if you're not a delicate little daisy flower like I am, you'll be okay. The only complaint that I have about the setup is sometimes the skirt is a little bit fiddly to get onto the light. You have to poke it through this little gap, and sometimes when you're on your Larry, that's a little bit difficult to do. I wouldn't necessarily describe this light as a setup in a pinch type of light, because you need to give yourself at least 5 to 10 minutes to set this up. With a little bit of practice, I'm sure that time will go down, but once it's built and once it's on the stand, it's pretty good. There's a little bit of play in the mounting if you're mounting onto a baby pin, so I would always recommend sticking this on a combo stand. And if you're thinking how to stick it on a combo stand, you are going to need to buy a couple more toys to get that to work. One of those toys being this, which we've got from Kupo. It is a 28mm tilter thingamabobby majiggy thing. I don't actually know what the name of it is, but that will work. So you pop this in your combo stand, and then you can tilt your 28mm spigot, pop the light into the 28mm spigot, and then to make it tiltable, I have a Kupo magic finger, which goes in the end of this. This locks off, and then you can pop your light on the end of there, unlock this, and then tiltable. One thing that I really wish came with the light as standard was the mounting brackets to go onto a stand. Things like this come with the Aperture products, and things like this come with the Nanlux products, so I don't understand why Godox hasn't done that, but you can buy this, and if you're putting something in a rig, you're going to need this. If you're wheeling it around on a stand, you're not going to be wanting to pick the ballast up every 3 seconds, so I would really recommend purchasing one of these. So, on the road, what is it used for? What am I using it for? What am I doing? Where am I? Why am I? Normally this light is following me into larger studio spaces because, as you can see, it does not necessarily have a small footprint. But that being said, it sometimes has made its way onto slightly smaller locations with me. One of the best things about it is how light it is and how much power it kicks out. So you can do things like this. It's on a boom. Boom. Is that funny? It's on a boom. It's on a boom. Is that funny? That booming this light out is pretty damn fun, giving you a really nice soft source overhead. And even in daylight conditions, it packs enough punch to be able to see it. Off and on. Wow. A lot of the time though, it's usually on a wheeled stand with me in a studio space, giving me a nice and soft key, sometimes in conjunction with other lights, sometimes not. But it also sometimes makes its way with me on location. Like here, shooting a press junket in a tiny hotel room with 2 cameras, when the client only gives you an hour to set up, pop it in the middle, and boom, you've got a nice soft key for 2 people. So versatility-wise, it's pretty reasonable. It's definitely a one-trick pony in the sense that it is a large soft source, but it does that very, very well. It can be boomed pretty easily when you've got the right equipment. The only problem is that its tilting isn't great, and you do have to buy some extra accessories to make it tiltable. Overall, it's a good light. And at a very fair price, you can't really say no. With the amount that you'll be saving using this light instead of competing brands, you might have to buy a few extra bits to make it perfect, but it will at that point be pretty near perfect. So that was the Godox KNOWLED F600Bi. Thank you very much for watching. If there's anything else that you think that we should take a look at and take on the road with us, please do let us know. And this was the Godox KNOWLED F600Bi. Is that good? Is that funny?